Hello everyone, this is Harminder Suri, and today I'm going to show you the G-Test route for the Mississauga Drive Test Center. This is the Mississauga Drive Test Center. For some reason, Google Maps is not going to show me the street view of the plaza here. So I'm going to show you the 2D view. So this is where you would need to park. So this is where you come from, and you park here on this side. So a good strategy when taking a road test is to park facing forward so that it's easier for you to come out because of the many pedestrians and cars in that plaza and the tight space. You don't want to park in reverse. You don't want to make a mistake right in the beginning of the test. So let's say you're starting the test, you're facing forward, so you would have to go to the left, right? So there's no way you can go to the right. As you can see, it's a dead end here, it's closed. So you have to make a left here, and you go out this way. So when you're coming out of the plaza, keep your speed slow, right? Keep it at 20. You would also see a sign here. I think it says 20 or 30. I can't remember, but follow that speed sign here. There are the yellow things that you see here are speed bumps, right? So you're going to see 1, 2, 3 speed bumps when you're coming out of this plaza. So naturally your speed will be slow because of these speed bumps. So go slow here, and you come out of this place, and then there's a stop sign here. You can see the white line here, so you have to make a full stop. Do not do a rolling stop. That's why I failed my test. So you want to be careful when making stops at stop signs. So you make a full stop here, and then it's a roundabout. Now you don't have to go in a circle like this, right? So you can just go straight from here. It's a wide road. There's no dividing line here. So I would suggest you keep on the right-hand side, but you would see some cars parked on this side. As you can see, there's a truck here. So sometimes you would see cars parked on this side. So you want to stay away from the cars and drive on, just draw an imaginary line here and treat this as a 2-lane road. If there are cars parked, drive in this lane here. Right? And if there are no cars parked here, then stay on the right-hand side, or you can even drive in the middle of your side, right? Which is the right-hand side. So you keep going straight on this road. And the speed limit on this road, since I don't see a speed sign here, you will keep it at 50, but you'll barely be able to get up to 50 before you hit the stop sign here. So the road you were on is Longside Drive, and what you're going to do is you're going to keep going straight on this road, Longside Drive. So this is a 4-way stop sign. You have to make sure that you take your turn when it comes, and you go straight on Longside. So this is what I was talking about, right? There are sometimes trucks or cars parked, so you have to stay away from them, and do not drive too close, right? This is also one reason why a lot of people fail. They drive too close thinking that, they don't want to go into the other lane, but hey, safety first. Okay, if you see cars parked here and you have to go onto the left-hand side. Now this is a wide road, but if it's a narrow road and you have to go on the yellow line, it's okay to do so. At the end of the day, it is just a line. Okay, so you have to make sure that you don't go too close to the cars parked on this side. So you keep driving straight on this road at 50 kilometers per hour, and you're going to hit this intersection, which is coming up. So you go into the right lane from here. They'll ask you to turn right at these lights. So you want to enter the right lane from where the dotted line begins. And it is a big intersection. It is for here Ontario Street. You're going to make a right turn here. Now, when you're making a right turn on a red light, you want to creep up a little bit. Look for cars on the left and right, and then, obviously on the left-hand side, and then make a safe right turn. Now, you want to know when you're waiting to make a right turn, you want to see where your lane is. So this is a bus-only lane. So you want to go around this one and turn into this lane. So you'll have to make a little wide right turn, which is good, especially for new drivers. Well, if you're taking your G test, you're no more a new driver, but yeah, it is good, right? You're already nervous. Wide turns make it easier for you. And when you turn right on here in Ontario Street, the first thing that you want to do is look for a speed sign. Hey, anytime you make a turn, you want to look for a speed sign. So you might should go look for a speed sign, look for a speed sign, look for a speed sign. And if you don't see a speed sign, you drive at 50 kilometers per hour. Otherwise, you go by whatever the recommended speed is. So let's see if we can find a speed sign here. So here it is. It was not too far. It says 80 kilometers per hour. Wow. Here in Ontario Street is just like the Guelph or the Orangeville Highway. You know, the speed limit there is 80. So yeah, so this is probably what they want to test. How good are you at driving fast, right? Highway is about driving fast. On the highways, you have to drive fast. So here, be prepared to switch lanes, right? So they could ask you to switch lanes on this busy road. And a G test is all about switching lanes and driving fast and turning your head around. So make sure you keep looking. You know, every 5 to 10 seconds, you should check your mirrors. And one thing I want to tell you about a G test is that anytime you go through an intersection, you want to scan left and right. No matter what the light is, right, you want to move your head. They want to see your head moving left and right when you're going through an intersection. So at this point here, I will look on the left and right and make it obvious for the examiner so that they don't deduct points for that. So after driving for a bit on here in Ontario Street, you're going to have to take the exit, and you take 401 West London exit. Now, this is very important. You're going to be merging onto the highway. Now, if you haven't watched my video on how to merge onto a highway, make sure you watch it because I've shared some good tips which are going to help you with your exam. So watch that video for sure. So here, the recommended speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour. Now, recommended speed means you can also go a little over the speed limit, right? So even if you are at 60, it's still okay as long as it doesn't feel too fast and you're staying between the yellow and the white line. So you keep going straight here. So the good part about this is that you get enough time to get up to the speed limit, right? This is what I like about the G test at Mississauga. You will get a lot of time to get up to the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. And look at this. This is the acceleration lane, and keep in mind, there's only one lane here. So, and it doesn't look too busy, right? So you will be easily able to merge onto the highway. So this acceleration lane is long. You will get enough time to accelerate, get up to the speed, and merge smoothly. Hey, if you're new to this channel, then make sure you check out other videos in the video section of this channel, and also check out the playlists for different types of videos. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Well, the lane is ending here, so you get a lot of time. And again, in this lane, because of construction, you don't see a lot of cars, so which is another good thing. And if there is construction here, keep in mind during the busy hours, the speed's going to be slow, which is good for you, right? You don't have to worry about keeping at 100. You know, on a road test, people are already nervous about checking mirrors, checking the blind spot, watching out for other cars, and then looking at the speedometer, all those things. So, you know, you will not have to worry about the speed limit if there is construction. And if there is no construction, keep in mind that on the highway, they do want to see how good you are at switching lanes. So be prepared to switch lanes here. And if you haven't watched my lane changing video, then make sure you watch it for some tips. So after driving for a bit, you're going to take the 340 Mavis Road exit, which is this one. And it is a long deceleration lane. So you don't have to worry about, you know, slowing down immediately when you enter the deceleration lane. So you can take your own time, and you want to go slow here. Now at this exit, be prepared to stay on the right hand side. They will ask you to go make a right at the lights coming up. So both these lanes turn right, but most likely they will keep you in the rightmost lane. And you make a right on Mavis Road here. Again, after making the right turn, look for a speed sign, look for a speed sign. Let's see what the speed sign says. It says 60 begins. So, you know, the speed limit here is 60 kilometers per hour. So after driving for a bit on Mavis Road, you're going to be turning right at this intersection coming up, which is for Derry and Mavis. So you're going to turn right on Derry Road. There's a yield sign here, and if you see any pedestrians, you must yield to the pedestrian first and then creep up here. And again, wait for the cars. If there are cars coming in your lane, then you gotta yield to them before you turn in. And then you turn right here, and again, after turning right, the first thing you want to do is look for a speed sign. And here it is. The speed sign says 70 kilometers per hour. So you drive at 70 on Derry Road. Now, Derry Road is also called Peel Regional Road South. So after driving for a bit on Derry Road West, you're going to make a right turn onto McLaughlin Road. So this is a big intersection. You know, here there's a yield sign. So after driving for a bit on Derry Road, you're going to make a right turn onto McLaughlin Road. Here there's a yield sign, and make sure you stop here. If there's any pedestrian here, you make sure you stop here, yield to them, and then creep up a little bit and look for cars on the left and right before you make a right turn. So after driving for a bit on Derry Road, you're going to make a right turn onto McLaughlin Road. And here, when you make a right turn, you would see a yield sign, and there's a crosswalk for pedestrians. If you see a pedestrian, you have to stop here, yield to them, and then you creep up a little bit. And again, you look on the left to see if there's a car in the lane you want to go. If there is a car, you must yield to that car and then merge on to this lane. So you keep driving straight. So after making the right turn, the first thing that you want to do is what? You want to look for a speed sign. Bravo, yay. And the speed sign here says 70 begins. So you're going to be driving at 70 kilometers per hour on McLaughlin Road. And then at this intersection, you're going to be turning left onto Aerosmith Road. Now it is the time for you to drive in the residential area. So they want to see how good you are at driving on residential streets. So here for the left turn, there's only one lane. And again, on most residential streets, you would not see speed signs posted. So if you don't see a speed sign, you assume a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. Go around this car. Like I was telling you earlier, if there's a car parked and you have to go a little over the yellow line on that side, it's okay to do that. So at the first stop sign here, which is an always stop sign, you make a left onto Oak Tree Circle. So you go left here, and here on Oak Tree Circle, you would see some cars parked, which means that they could ask you to do parallel parking here, okay? So if you haven't watched my parallel parking video, make sure you watch it for some tips. And here you're gonna do a bunch of maneuvers. So it will be a roadside stop or emergency stop, right? So it's the same maneuver, but they use different names sometimes. Some people have asked me, Harminder, what does a roadside stop mean? And how is it different from an emergency stop? Well, the thing is, they're all the same thing with different names. Okay, so you do an emergency stop. Again, you can watch my emergency stop video if you do not know how to do that. And you do an emergency stop. Make sure you do not stop closer to a fire hydrant like this, right? If you stop here within 3 meters of this, that's an auto fail. So that's that, and followed by the parallel parking, it will be a 3-point turn. So you do a 3-point turn and you go back and you make a right turn at this stop sign onto Aerosmith Drive. And we're back here on McLaughlin Road. So we make a right turn here again. And we know from earlier that the speed limit on McLaughlin Road is 70 kilometers per hour. But I doubt if you'd be able to get up to that speed, because you're soon going to have to make a right turn on Derry Road West, which is here, which is where the Petro-Canada gas station is. So it is a busy intersection. You'll have to watch out for the cars on the left and some pedestrians. And you make a smooth right turn here onto Derry Road. And as soon as you turn right, you're going to see the speed sign, which is 70 kilometers per hour. Derry Road West is 70. You can't miss the speed sign. So you drive at 70 here. Now they could ask you to switch lanes here also, so be prepared for that. So after driving for a bit on Derry Road, you're going to make a right turn onto Martes Drive. You're going to go into the lane from here where the dotted line begins, and you make a right turn here. It's one wide lane, so you keep it at 50 here. And at this stop sign, you want to stay on the right hand side, and you make a right turn onto Longside Drive. So this is where you are, Longside Drive. This is where you started. So you go straight here. Again, speed bumps. So there'll be 3 speed bumps. You want to keep your speed slow here between 20 and 30. And you go back around here and you park. Now, if you didn't get a chance to do parallel parking, you will be asked to do reverse parking. If you have done parallel parking, then it will just be forward parking, and then they will announce the result. And I'm sure it's going to be a pass because you have watched this video, and I'm sure you're going to practice on this route. So all the best, my friend. Let me know how your test goes. I would like to see how my video has helped you pass the road test. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you again with another video.